Hello viewers, happy to see you again. Hope you are doing good. In this video, we are going to learn how to prepare a winning resume or how to prepare a fantastic professional resume. You may ask this question, why I should learn or why this is important. Do remember, when you are applying for a job, before your personal physical appearance, you are going to get an image. Okay, that image will be created based on your resume. So this is going to be an assessment tool. This is going to talk in favor of you, and you should boast. You should boast in a professional way. That's what we are going to learn in this video. Without skipping, please do watch the video fully. Please do subscribe my channel and forward this video as much as possible to your friends. Yes, come let us learn why professional resume. I think now you may aware most of the companies, MNCs, they started asking for a digital resume. Even then, 80% of companies are only asking you to submit your resume. So how I should prepare and what I should do when I prepare a professional resume. That's what I would like to explain in this video. Do remember one thing. If you are having any idea of downloading some resume from Google, and if you are going to make some alterations here and there in the resume, definitely 90% you will get a negative feedback. You are going to spoil your own image. It is very simple. Please do remember, you are expected to showcase your talents, personal talents, academic achievements. If you happen to download mine, it won't meet your data, that scale, and absolutely something a mess that you are going to prepare and proudly you are going to submit to the company. Unfortunately, the companies are not ready to accept your resume. Such resumes will be rejected. So how shall I prepare? Come, let us learn. Number one, the most important thing I should remember. So before preparing my resume, am I preparing resume, am I preparing biodata, or am I preparing curriculum vitae? What I am preparing? I need to be very clear. So we are expected to prepare resume, and for whom that CV is meant for. So shall I prepare CV or shall I prepare biodata, and what is data? So let me explain you very simply. Data, which means a personal information. Okay, personal data. Resume, which means personal information. Biodata, which means for personal. CV, which means personal. Then what is the difference? So let us make it very clear. Number one, data, which means a short information. For example, your name, your address, your mobile number, your blood group, your dad's name, your mom's name. That's it. A short data, a short personal data. Your college ID card or your company's ID card or best example. The next one is resume. Here comes the problem. Resume, CV. What I am supposed to prepare. Is it different? Absolutely no. British, they call this as resume, and Americans call that as CV. So there is no confusion, both are same. And India, we have some difference. So CV is for experienced and resume is for freshers. If you are having any such idea, I'm so sorry about that. It is all same. The names that differ. Okay. Then what is this? Biodata. A biodata is very personal. Okay. Which includes your name, age, sex, your color, your zodiac sign, your star, your height, your weight, your expectations, all those things putting together, that becomes biodata, very personal. So we cannot submit that biodata to any company. Do remember this whenever you are preparing a resume. We are not going to prepare biodata. If you are going to give that as a title as biodata, which means you have to include all those what I have stated so far. So which company is bothered about what color you are, whether you are fair or whether you are black or something like that, and what they are going to do with your zodiac sign and then star? Absolutely no, this is not necessary, and we are not going to prepare this biodata. We are going to prepare resume or CV. Okay, right. The next most important, when I am preparing a resume, what I have to concentrate, please do remember, be unique. Be unique in the sense, whatever you would like to deliver, whatever you would like to present, do say that perfectly. That is very different. And be different. I don't want to have the color of someone. Okay, I need not to copy your resume as it is. So I have to prepare my own, because it is all about the resume which talks about my personal. Okay, so I should be different. The next one is choice of words. Please do choose perfect words that helps you in boasting. Okay, marketing yourself, explaining something in detail. Okay, so this is going to be a trump card. This helps you to get the appointment. Interview calls are based on your resume. Never forget that. The next most important, how shall I prepare? Starting from the beginning. See, this is the header. Okay, in the header, we have a lot of formats. I'm not talking about formats over here. I'm just giving you an idea how it should be. Okay, or what you are not supposed to do when you prepare a resume. So first, when I'm preparing a header, this is the header. So I need not to name it as resume. This is resume. This is CV. This is biodata. Avoid giving titles as such. By seeing this, I could understand. Any common person can understand that you have submitted your resume. So I need not to give the title over here as resume. The next most important factor that you are supposed to remember is avoid keeping your photograph. So adding your photograph in your resume is not important. Do remember, unless until the company asks you to paste your photograph, you need not to put your colored photograph over here. That should be, if the company is asking you to attach photograph, you should attach a formal, decent photo over here. You are not expected to take any photo and then paste it over here, because this is a professional resume. Do remember that. So the way you appear is very much important, right? So you have to type your name in capital, which means that you are, so the supreme power that who is sending this resume. So your address, full address, your mobile number, your email. This is more than enough. So you may have this idea, you may have this doubt whether this should be in the left hand side or in the right hand side. That doesn't matter. Okay, so you can type either in the left hand side or in the right hand side or in the mid. It is up to you. Okay, there is no such restrictions, and you can type however you wish. Okay, so this is how it should be. The name should be in capital, no photograph. Do remember this always. Okay. Number 2. Once below to this your header, you have to inform in which you are excellent. You may think, oh my God, what happened to objective? So where comes that objective? Why I should write that objective? According to my personal opinion, if you are preparing for preparing yourself for some job, if it is going to be your dream job, if you are an engineer, if you are a teacher, our ultimate aim is to become engineer. So if I am joining in engineering college, I am going to be an engineer for sure. If I am preparing myself for teaching, I will be a teacher for sure. So there is no need of any adjective. Please do remember this, okay? And once after the header, what I am supposed to do, I have to add the expertise sphere. So do remember, I have chosen a different title over here. I am not sure whether you have come across as such. This is what we call that as choice of words. Okay, do remember, this will attract the reader. So when I am receiving thousands and thousands of resume, if everyone is following the same format, when you submit, your format is totally different. Your wordings are totally different, which means it is going to open a door for you so that you will get a chance. So I have focused. What is this? The first one is, I am excellent in what aspect? Why the company has to hire me? So I have to list out. So I have to list out, I am good at what? So I am just giving the priority base, okay? So 100%, 95%, 99%, 95%, 90%, as like you prioritize and then you just put it in the order, okay? That is very important. So below to the header, expertise sphere, which means I am excellent in what? I am good at what? That's what I am going to give, okay? I am master. Okay, so excellent, which means more than this, expertise sphere, which means I am master of certain. So list out that. So this creates a very positive impact. Okay, the next one is career alleyway. Again, see, educational or experience profile. What we use in other resumes, you might come across the experience profile. It is not experience profile, career alleyway, which means the same. Okay, the choice of word is different here. I am using some different term over here so that I add more value to my resume. So how shall I present? So first it should be in the chronological order. The recent one first and the last one at the last. Okay. So if I am working in a company now, I should talk something about the company in which I am working at present and where I worked earlier, as like I need to. If you are a fresher, you just forgot about this career alleyway, you need not to add or you need not to include this in your resume. So this is how you have to. So first what you have to inform, name of the company. So comma, what position, as what you have worked there, how long you served there. Okay, never say that I worked. You just say you served there, which means you dedicated yourself and you worked over there. That is what it creates. Again, it creates a very positive impact on your resume. The next one is responsibilities. What responsibilities you have taken more than what is assigned for you, and awards and recognitions, if any. If during your work, your career, if you have achieved some targets, if you have been given any awards, you do mention that all in the career alleyway. The next most important, publications. Any engineer, any engineering student, any teacher, whomever it may be, if you are submitting your resume, this is going to get more attention, for which they pay a lot of attention on this alone, the publication. So what type of publications I can mention over here? You could talk about your book publication, article publications in daily. So I have written some article which has been published in a daily. You could talk something about that. Or if you have any journals, so international, national journals that you have published so far, you could talk about that. Or any of this kind, any publication. So if you are a fresher, okay, you might worked hard, you might be a editor of your college magazine or school magazine. Okay, so if you have published anything over there in school magazine or college magazine, you can include here. So nothing wrong in that, because it adds more value. If I don't have anything, do remember, do think again, you have to list out all those things here. So prepare yourself to add something here. This is very important because the companies are focusing a lot and they are preparing, they are expecting candidates with a certain quality. Do remember this always. The next one to the publication is your educational qualification. See, we are supposed to, I think most probably, if you happen to see any professional resume, okay, any professional resume, in that professional resume you never ever find any tabular column. So we have segments, serial number, name of the college, name of the university, year of passing, percentage obtained, grade obtained. As like, if you happen to give any tabular column, that cannot be treated as a professional. So make sure when you are preparing educational qualification, your degree first, whatever the degree may be. And we always expect you to use only a dot bulletin. So putting a tick mark, 4 squares, or adding your own bulletins, that avoid such. So when I happen to see your resume, it should give a very good impression. So it should be very clear, it should be very, very, very unique. Do remember this and avoid using other bulletins, putting a tick mark, arrow, or 4 squares, such. Instead, you just go for a dot. And first one is your degree. So what major? So BA, BSc, MSc, MPhil, as like whatever you wish. And your specialization, in which you are specialized. So if I am taking a BA, English literature, okay, BSc, mathematics, as like you have to focus on. In which college you have completed, name of your college, okay, where you have completed, the college is located in where, so that you have to mention. So if anyone, you cannot expect me that your college is well known. For in your region, it may be well known. So when you are applying for a multinational company, they may not be aware of that. You should not give a chance of asking such questions to you again during your interview. Where is your college, where it is situated? So if you give all this information here in resume, this is more than enough. And when you have completed, that is very important. Or within bracket, you could mention first class, or you can say 98%, 99%, that is more than enough. And do remember the highest degree first, okay. So if you have completed ME, you should start with ME. If you have completed MA, and if you have completed MPhil, you should start with MPhil, MA, BA. And your higher secondary, then comes your SSLC. See here, higher secondary, HSC. Avoid using abbreviative terms, instead write higher secondary. For SSLC, there is no problem, you write SSLC, that is more than enough. For higher secondary, never ever use HSC. Instead write higher secondary, where you have completed, name of your school, and the place where it is located, when you have completed, what percentage or what grade you have obtained. That you have to mention within brackets, or even in block letters after at the end, so that by seeing that I will come to an idea what is your percentage all about. The next one is your professional qualification. This is very, 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 very important. So apart from the degree, so here we mentioned about educational qualification. In next thing below to this, you have to add a professional qualification if you have any, okay. So here, if you have completed any diploma, online diploma, or through correspondence, if you have completed any diploma or any degree, that you could mention under this professional qualification. If you don't have, no problem, you just ignore, okay. Or if you have completed any technical courses over here, you could mention the same thing, what you have completed, either it is a diploma or a degree, mention that, from where you have completed, where it is, when you have completed, what is your mark, okay, or what is your grade. Likewise, you can list out in the professional qualification. The next one is linguistic qualification. Most of the companies now, MNCs, they are expecting you to learn more than one language. So if you are really good at more than one language, if your primary language is say English or Tamil or any language, if you learn more than what is prescribed, okay. So if I am good at German, if I am good at Chinese, if I am good at Japanese, if I am good at Russian, so I have a scope the company, if they have their branches over there in the country, they will be sending you or they will be hiring you immediately because of this qualification. So if you complete any linguistic, I think this is a very fine period. If you are learning now, if you are a student now, you just complete before your degree, you just complete one diploma in some languages, so that this will add more value to your resume. So add any linguistic qualifications if you have. Okay. The next one is accolades. So what does that accolades means? Achievements, the greatest achievements of yours. So here you could add a lot. So and please do remember, in school drawing competition I have first prize, as like not. It's a professional resume. So what can add more value? In which, if I'm stating this, do they get a very good impact or that impression on me? As like if you have any, you do add over here. So accolades, as like you just add. And I have been recognized as the best leader by IBM and Microsoft. So best leader, best team leader, as like best achiever, as like if you have any quality, fantastic quality. So if you have completed your SSLC and if you are the school first, second or third, you could mention proudly. Or if you are completing your degree, in your degree, if you say I am a university rank holder, whatever the rank may be, even though if it is going to be a 25th rank or 28th rank, you could mention proudly because you are a rank holder. So such achievements can be listed out here. And common, so here won many prizes, certificates for academic excellence and extracurricular activities at school and college level. This is more than enough. You need not to mention, in 1992 I have won in the drawing competition, in the running race, as like you need not to mention. On the whole, this is more than enough. When they ask you to submit the certificate, you could submit all those certificates one by one. So what is very essential? So what can be informed in favor of you? Okay, what will get a very good impact or positive response if I mention, as like you have to choose and then you have to present that idea. The next one is other activities. Here comes the confusion most probably whenever we prepare ourselves for the battle. Whenever we sit and then prepare resume, most of us get confused. What is co-curricular? What is extracurricular? You need to remember one thing: co-curricular, along with your curricular activities. What is that? Curricular academic activities. Along with this, what you have achieved. So being a student, okay, what is your contribution to the school or to the college, or in what way you were very helpful to the society? That is what co-curricular. So here we will be having NSS, NCC, YRC, Scout, and all those things. Sir, do they take it, or do they recognize all those things? Very few companies focus on this. To be honest, very few companies are focusing on this. Most of the companies, they never bother about co-curricular and extracurricular. Why? Because most of the students, okay, including you who is watching now this video, you may be a NSS volunteer. So hardly 98% of students are NSS volunteers. So what they have achieved? So being an NSS volunteer, if you have represented your college, your state, your city in the central level, in the state level, in the national level, then you could proudly present and you could highlight that event. So if being a simple or an ordinary volunteer, it won't add any value. Just it will say that you are a human. Okay, human value or praised. That's it. So I have donated blood for 10 times, 20 times. YRC candidates, that students, they will be doing all those things. So that will add more value. That's it. As a human, we will appreciate you. But unfortunately, this is not going to help you to add more value during your interview. The next one is very important: extracurricular. So games and sports and other interests of yours, okay, cycling, racing, all those things, extracurricular. This is apart from your curricular or academic. That is what extracurricular activity. So if you are, I'm very much interested in drawing, so I organized drawing competitions. Okay, I have exhibited my drawings. As like if you have anything, you could add more value over here. and I am a national player, so cricket player or football player or hockey player, as like if you have represented state level, zone level, national level, you could proudly talk over here. This will add more value and this will be taken very seriously during your interview. The last comes the personal details. Here we have to remember one thing, what I am supposed to present in my personal detail, what I am not supposed to give in the personal detail. Personal, which means it is all about you, not about your family. Do remember that, and never ever waste your time or fill pages by writing your father's name, occupation, or mother's name and then occupation, talking about your brothers, talking about your negatives. It is not important, right? Do remember, resume, which means all positive. So I am going to boast, I am going to sell myself. So when I am presenting myself as a product, I should talk only about the positive, not about the negative. So never ever talk about your negativity over there in your resume. And you should talk about in your personal detail, it is mandate, your age, date of birth, okay, your sex, your nationality, your hobbies, okay, and languages known. So what languages that you know that you can present over here, okay, and if it is necessary, when you know more than your vernacular, your primary language and the secondary language. Your primary language may be Tamil, Telugu, Kannadam, Malayalam, Hindi, Urdu, or Punjabi, anything like that. Or your secondary language would be obviously English. You need not to mention that. It is obvious an engineer can speak well. Okay. So if you know more than this, I am well versed. My mother tongue is X or Y. Okay, I do speak English. I do speak. So this is a language which I have learned from someone. Okay, it is not my state language. As like if you have anything, you could talk over here. And technical languages you could present over there. I have completed C++, Java, now the new platform called Android. As like if you have completed anything, you could mention that above. Okay, and next comes declaration. So this is how you are expected to declare. Do remember, I hereby declare that the above mentioned details are true to the best of my knowledge. Here you have to type your name in capital letter, which means I am consciously telling you the above mentioned details are true. So it means, legally it is accepted if you sign above to this. And you have to write the date and then place. So this is how you are expected to prepare your resume, and a professional resume or winning resume. So whatever the words that you have learned from this video, do follow or do add or try to add your own way of writing, modifying the ideas so that your resume would be a fantastic resume. This will grab the opportunity for you. So whenever you prepare a resume, do remember all those points and then prepare yourself for the battle. Probably you will always win the battle. All the best. Thanks for watching the video. Happy learning.